Good morning, good evening, friends. Welcome to my channel. The name of my channel is Ek Kitab Se Ek Moti, which in English means one pearl or gem from one book. By a gem or a pearl, I mean an idea that can change our lives for the better. The purpose of this channel is to select a gem or a pearl from a book, read it to you, and then explain that in an easy to understand language so that the idea could be preserved in memory and acted upon in time of need. Today, I'm going to read a small section from the Little Gold Book of Yes Attitude by Jeffrey Gitomer. Before I start reading, let me show how this book looks. It's got a beautiful design, and it's a very short book actually. And its text is also, the text has been presented in a very nice way so that it's easy to digest the information that it contains, with graphics and the fonts. It has a very attractive look actually. So let me read this section, which is called What Does the Local News Have to Do with Success? This is the pearl or gem that I'm going to read from this book today. What does the local news have to do with success? Nothing. 30 to 60 minutes a day of useless information presented in 100% problem format. If it bleeds, it leads. That's the local news philosophy of presenting information. How does that affect your success in the worst ways possible? No one watching the news cares that your sales numbers are up, or that Frank got a promotion, or that Billy got all A's on his report card. Good news doesn't sell, therefore it's omitted. Rather, what you get is distorted, negative information about 2 to 3% of the people, affecting those who view it in the worst way possible. Note well, I'm not saying don't watch or read business news. Information that can impact your industry or your customer should be watched and read intently. What does watching the local news have to do with being of service? Negative nothing. Serving is solution based. The local news is problem based. If you watch an hour a day of problems, every day for years, you become problem oriented. Then you drag the news crap to work and begin to negatively affect others with your pukey stories. Hey, did you hear what happened on the news? The news sickness is contagious. You get it by watching and then infect others by telling them about it. Do you think local news adds or detracts from your serving skills? How about your business skills? How about your life skills? How about your selling skills? Hey Jeffrey, you say. Now Jeffrey, remember, is the author, Jeffrey Gitomer. Hey Jeffrey, you say, the news is the most popular show on television. It's popular because most of the people watching it lack direction or focus, or are miserable and looking for something or someone more miserable than they are, I guess, to make them feel better. Need to know the weather? Poke your head outside in the morning. It's a lot more accurate than the weather guy. Now he's making kind of fun of the weather prediction, right? The prediction about rains and heat and cold and so on. Think the local news is so important? Got to watch it every day to keep up? What happened last Tuesday? What happened yesterday? Same crap, different day. Think the local news is worthy of your time? How many of you can look in the mirror and say, I am successful today, I am where I am today? I'm sorry, let me repeat this. Think the local news is worthy of your time? How many of you can look in the mirror and say, I am successful today. I am where I am today because I watch the local news. See what I mean? By the way, the same goes for any television rerun. That is, we have these, in our country, India, we have all these serials, that are being run on the television again. So it's all useless thing, watching those serials again and again. Here is a wake-up call. If you're still not convinced, let's say you've been watching the news a half hour a day for the past year. That's 7.5 full 24-hour days you spent watching problems. In 5 years, that's 38 full 24-hour days. In terms of a 40-hour work week, that's 23 weeks every 5 years. And that's only if you watch the 6 o'clock news. If you tune in for more crap at 11 o'clock, double it. That's the equivalent of 46 40-hour work weeks. Imagine the possibilities if you diverted that energy in a positive direction. Imagine what you could do with that time and accomplish in that time if you put it to productive use for yourself. Wow. By the way, you don't want to know the 20-year figure, it's too scary. Which do you think is a more powerful use of your time? Watching other people's problems or investing in yourself and creating plans and solutions? It's the second. That's what he's trying to make us think about. Here are 4 solution-based uses of your time. Read. Read trade journals, self-help books, positive attitude books, anything humorous, sales books, trend-setting books, and annual reports and brochures of your biggest customers. Study. Listen. Listen to self-help CDs. Nightingale Conant Chicago has a catalog of thousands of hours of profound, impactful information. Invest. He's talking about audiobooks. Mastermind. Attract smart friends and associates to your house once a week to create new ideas and action plans and invite. Now, mastermind is a principle that's mentioned in that great book, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. If you want to understand this concept, just wait for some of my videos on this concept, or just read the book Think and Grow Rich written by Napoleon Hill. Compute. This includes writing, planning, learning, and interneting. The computer is the biggest link to the 21st century. Master it. Explore. The next time you say, I don't have enough time, substitute that phrase with, I don't choose to spend my time in that manner. It's closer to the truth. The real truth is that you are not investing your time in the most important person in the world, you. As I said before, if you devote the time you currently spend watching TV to learning, you could be an international expert on anything. Me, that is, the author is referring to himself. I studied sales and wrote about sales instead of watching the news. After 2.5 years, I published my first book, The Sales Bible. In those 2.5 years, which do you think helped my career more? Watching the news or reading and writing for an hour each morning? What are you doing with your hour? So this is what I wanted to read from this great book, The Little Gold Book of Yes Attitude by Jeffrey Gitomer. Now, let me explain this in my own words as I understood it. So, life is all about time. We have limited time on this earth. How we use that time is what determines the future events that we are going to attract towards ourselves. Focusing on negative events has a possibility of attracting negative events towards us, and focusing on the positive has the possibility of attracting positive events towards us. Now, this might seem to be an unscientific claim without any evidence to back it, but if you can put this into practice and test it in your own life, you can really check whether the claim has any validity or not. That is, when you focus on the positive, you attract positive results. You just think positively for a week or so and see its results in your life, and then you can really decide whether this claim is scientific or not. So some of these ideas that I'm going to talk about can only be tested when you put them into practice. Anyhow, let me come back to what I was talking about. So, in the passage I just read out from the book, the author Gitama suggests that we avoid watching the local news and instead spend the time proactively feeding the mind and using the intellect to transform our lives. Ideas can be best tested by putting them into practice. If you want to test the validity of what Gitama says, just try to do what he suggests for a month and see the difference in your life yourself. So instead of watching the local news or reading the newspaper, more than is necessary, just focus on reading positive books and books related to your profession, and listen to audiobooks, and spend time with people who are experts in your field, and spend some time thinking about improving yourself, planning, and how you're going to execute your plans and so on. So that will really have an impact, have a positive impact on your life. So what kinds of changes can you expect in your life? So your vocabulary will expand. That is, you'll be able to express yourself better, because when you read more and when you listen to experts in your field, you become aware of many words that at the moment you may not be aware of, and then you start using them in your conversation. So your vocabulary will expand, your confidence will shoot up, because confidence usually is based on your study, your preparation, and the way you spend your time, right? So your confidence will shoot up. Your knowledge absorption rate will go up, because your knowledge absorption rate depends on how much you study and how much you retain of what you've studied. So when you read books on your profession, you'll have to, try to retain that information as well. So your absorption rate of knowledge will, your knowledge absorption rate will increase. It'll go up, and you'll be a more cheerful person because you focus on the positive things instead of the negative things happening around you, and people will notice the positivity that you exude. That will be the natural consequence of spending your time on positive things, because positivity, as I mentioned earlier, depends on what you focus on. So if you focus on negative things, you'll become negative and you'll attract negative things towards your life, and if you focus on positive things, you'll attract positive things towards your life, and people will observe that positivity in your manner, in your behavior, in the way you talk. So I think that's it for today. Please wait for more videos on topics related to positive thinking and success and confidence and goal setting, and many other topics related to great ideas. Thanks for watching my channel.